Peace and blessing to all. Peace to you. Like for real, peace to you. Um, for those of you newer to me, the name of my teaching practice is Active Peace. I thought it was a cool name when I started this. I didn't know it was going to be a Dharma transmission. Like I didn't know that it was going to be, oh my God. Um, you know, so anyway, Shankari, I see that. Um, Let me find you. There you are. There you go. And thank you. This is what community is about. Thank you, Shankari. Love you. Mean it. Yeah, y'all. What a time to be alive. Thank you for being here. You could be so many other places, but that you chose to be here is an honor. It is an honor to hold complicated space in community. And I hope that you understand that we had pre-election protection from July 15th till the election. I did not know we were going to need post-election protection. However, you saw how I just jumped in there though, like took a day for myself, prayers, and was so clear and focused about what needed to happen. So thank you for listening to the flare. I want you all, for those two who are on camera, to take a look at the assemblage of people. We have yoga teachers, we have activists, we have regular people. Active Peace Community is a amalgamation of the human experience, right? Some people meditate all the time. Some people are like, what is this meditation shit? I don't know, but I think Reddy's all right. You know what I mean? So there's like everything. What's up? I see you, Ryan. That was you, baby. Yeah, you know, right? So college homies, good to see you, dog. Everyone in between. And it is my desire that in this experience tonight, that you are able to take something from it that serves your needs in this moment. You know, um, those needs may be like manifold, you know, but may this be of service to you for where you are in this moment. I want this space to be a soft place to land, right? I was at Howard on Tuesday night, y'all. I tried my best. I was fooling myself. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna go. You know what I mean? Then I get a call on Signal. For those of you who are my political operative friends, that's like this bat phone shit. So I got a call on Signal saying the speaker wants her team with her. So Nancy Pelosi, I needed to be at Howard. Like, damn! Oh my God. Anyway, so I was at Howard when all the stuff went down. Like, and so because many of you know this, I'm also in stroke recovery. I'm super sensitive, right? So, like, in the beginning, I've been in politics for 25 years, y'all. And I just had this feeling, and I took out my mala beads and just started being like, here we go. People like, what are you doing? I'm praying. Like, my spirit is unsettled, and I need to find balance, like, in this moment, because I feel as though I'm being called to serve. Damn, you know. So anyway, I want this to be a soft place to land. I'm going to try and make this a semi-regular experience, right? So for my West Coast friends, you don't have to be like, oh, I wish it wasn't at 5:15. I'm gonna try to do shit a little later for my West Coast people. For those for whom an evening schedule is not accommodating, I'm gonna try, like being an entrepreneur, I can do whatever I want, right? So I'm gonna try and have stuff in the morning. And for those of you roots active peace people, I may institute a program of regular practice again. For those of you who need the discipline of asana and meditation, like as rigor, you know, not like one thing you do every once in a while, but something that you do to keep your shit together when the assault happens, right? Um, and all is welcome here, y'all. Your anger, your distress, it's all welcome here. Um, I have an upcoming virtual grief workshop coming up at Kripalu. I never mention that stuff, but since there's a bunch of grief and I'm going to be talking about grief for 3 weeks, I figured you may want to know that. I'll send it in the email afterwards because I'm not here to market, I'm here to teach and serve. And what we're doing here, y'all, is we're doing something that's not common in our culture. We're turning towards our pain and being present with it. I gotta be honest, right? Like, I live in Maryland. Cannabis is legal here. I have not been to the cannabis dispensary yet. Y'all should give me a high five on that shit. Like, I have not resorted to self-medication. Like, I have been playing these gongs. I was on a call with my political friends earlier today. I was like, never in my life has it been a blessing to be a percussionist, boy. I've been wearing these gongs out. You know, just like bum, 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 my poor neighbors. And I'd love to tell you that I give a damn, but I don't, right? So we are turning towards our pain and being present with it, because if you are not present with your pain, it'll come and bite you. And its teeth are sharp, right? So being present with pain and community is always the antidote. This is what my ancestors did when they were enslaved. They came together to be like, yo, what the fuck is happening now? You know what I mean? Just how are we gonna take care of each other? So this legacy here is derivative of my lineage of abolition and resistance, like from ancestry to present. It's virtual, but if you connect from the heart space, who gives a shit? Right? So you are all as welcome here. And we will explore what is present for us. And you know, I gotta be honest, like I'm all over the place. Most teachers, for those of you who are not in yoga land, but this is a shout out to my friends in yoga land or dharma land, most teachers will talk, oh my, it's unsettling what happened on Tuesday. No, it's fucked up what happened on Tuesday, dog. Like that's how I speak. That is how I feel. I'm equal parts Yale philosophy major and hip hop head. I can wax eloquent, but I can also call bullshit. Tuesday sucked. It sucked. And I'm not gonna sit and talk in hushed tones. No, it's fucking terrible. You know, I'm a black dude with a pre-existing condition. They are trying to take away healthcare. I'm under attack. This fucking sucked. You know what I mean? And you know, so that's like my lingering anger. My girlfriend, bless her heart, her love language is emotion, mine is anger. So I have been fine for intervals, and then I'll just be like, fuck, you know, you know, and then everything's fine. I'll play some gongs, and then y'all, I watched Joe Biden's speech in the Rose Garden today. I hit this gong here and cried, whoo, you know, just like, oh, damn it, Joe. Because another thing I'll share about me before I get into this, because I love introducing myself to the people before you introduce yourself to me. I worked for Joe Biden for 8 years. I work for Nancy Pelosi now. When Rashida Tlaib said, let's impeach that motherfucker, it was at my party. She handed the mic to me afterwards. That party came out of my budget. Like, I spent 4 years of my life holding that motherfucker accountable. So when I saw Tuesday, I was like, yo, if any of you ever played video games, and so you think you beat a level, and you're like, yeah, man, like, I'm on to the next level. I swore we were going to the next level of unity and happiness and all this other stuff. And we gotta defeat the monster again. I thought we were past this, right? So like I had this whole conversation with myself in video game parlance just to process the anger. I was trying to give it a little bit of lightness because like I said, I've been fuming, But alas, here we are. We gotta go through this level again. So now, please introduce yourself into the chat. Where are you in the world? Use words to describe what you are feeling. I have done 3 of these today. I've heard all the words. So I encourage you to share the words that are present for you. Like, I've heard everything from gutted, devastated, and angry to inspired. Like I said, remembering all is welcome here. And Megan A, I saw your email. Baby? Woo! Love that. If you got to go in and out to take care of that baby, just show the baby to me, okay? That's all I ask for.
He's right
Yes!
there. Say
Okay.
hi, Lori.
Love it. Love
He's
it.
hanging.
She tried to low key say baby in the admission form.
Well, you never know what he's gonna decide we're doing because he's the boss, huh?
I dig it. Good to see y'all. So look around for those of you that are on camera. The other thing I'll say, be on camera, off camera, don't care. I'm just happy that you're here. That you are here gives me joy. Love that. And I love that people are putting the complexity in there because you can be inspired and also angry. We can feel all those things at the same time. And read through the chat like it's permission to eavesdrop here, right? In other people's stuff. Like you may become aware of something that you didn't know that you felt also. Love it. Thank you all. So yeah, we got Maryland, Bay Area, Connecticut, Minneapolis, Long Beach. Look at this assemblage of humanity here. Right? Colorado, like look at this. In the depths of our despair, we have come together to talk, to heal. This is magic. This is alchemy. This, when we turn towards this in community, we become unstoppable. Trust me. Like I'll do a teaching on that in a little bit, but just feel that. The last thing I'd love for you to say in the chat, if you haven't already, is why are you here? I mean, for my regulars, I know because we get down like this. But like, for those of you that are newer to me, why are you here? Like, no shade, no shame. I just want to know. I'm an organizer. Like, I need to know the motivations of the people so I can serve the people. I'm here to love on y'all so we can create community and like kick ass. That's why I'm here. I need my community for sure. Healing, peace, and community. Title of the class. Jennifer, we'll get into that. We'll get into that. Community, community. Reset my emotions in community. Krista, this is just how I was drawn, family. That's just how I was drawn. Realness, sound, and community. Ashe, Brother Ryan. Thank you, Jessica, for community, connection, connect to community. Community, grounding, restoration. Dig it. Right. Y'all really trying to make me cry right now because like community is what I do. Like this assemblage of Hollywood squares all across the nation, like the pandemic taught me something about energy, right? Like, yeah, it's good to be physically present with somebody, but if you got compelling stuff, I can talk through this dot, touch your heart, and we can change the world. So feel into this heart connection. It will only be amplified here, right? And I will share some wisdom because, again, I have been blessed with a ridiculous year that prepared me for this moment in time, for real. So thank you for the introductions. Thank you for telling me why you are here. I now give an invitation for a grounding practice. So for those of you that are newer to me, we ease into our practice together. So if you have been at a desk all day, you do not need to look like the undead. Number one, Halloween was 2 weeks ago. Number two, rest in peace, Quincy Jones. We ain't casting for the Thriller video, all right? So like, shake the hands out, the neck, like bring motion into the body. Because we are in a state of shock, like what the actual fuck, right? We have probably been paralyzed like this. Shake it out. Maybe you need to scream. Maybe you need to get up and shout hallelujah. Don't give a damn. But for 30 seconds, shake up and shake off any of the cortisol that has been in your body since whatever the fuck happened on Tuesday. And for those of you newer to me, I curse. If it's a problem for you, log out now. For real, I'm not your teacher, especially after this bullshit. Like, log out now, baby. Or get earmuffs or whatever no, I ain't stopping. No, please. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Palms together. Create friction in the palms. And I did this today for Reproductive Freedom for All, formerly known as NARAL. We typically start this with the hands, y'all, but we're going to take heated hands and put it on our heart. Because we are heartbroken. God damn. Ooh. So touch the heart with tender hands. Shoulders back and down. Breathe into the space. We must keep our hearts open, especially when we turn towards our suffering. Because if you don't have heart, it ain't going to end well. One more time, friction in the palms. We're going back to the heart. So you create whatever heat you think that you need. Focus your attention on the palms, not on anything else. Then place hands on the heart and rest there, dear heart. Yes, I know, humanity is tripping right now. Damn. And breathe into this tender touch on the hands. Allow your exhale to not only be a catharsis, but a release, right? If you need to scream, go. If you need to cry, get it. That's what we're here for. Release hands from the heart. Friction in the palms. Then place heated hands on the throat and the neck. It will soon be time to speak what we want into the world, so we've got to clear channels here. Either what we are for or what we are against. We cannot be silent in the face of bullshit. Friction in the palms. 2 more times, y'all. Release the palms and put them on the face, the jaw, if you have had a clenched jaw, if you have been grinding your teeth, if you have been sucking your teeth. I walked and saw my mother and my brother today, and they were watching the goddamn news with Nora O'Donnell. I was like, get that shit out of my face. I don't care about this transition, unless it's from Earth. Last one, friction in the palms. And especially if you have had tears in your eyes. Place tender hands on your eyes and give them love. Maybe you massage the temples, maybe you massage the head, but give balance and tenderness to a place that in my case has been used a lot. One more time on your own, friction in the palms, and use your intuition. Where do you need your tender touch? And if you find yourself stifling emotion, this ain't that class. Let it all go. Keep it for what? Distress? Fuck that. With grace. Humbly submitted. Now place one hand on the heart, one hand on the abdomen. And note how you feel. And if you feel just a little bit more space, a little bit more grounded, stack that as a big win. Small shifts with consistency yield tremendous results. Switch the palms. Again, notice how you feel from heart to crown of head. Release palms from the body. And we'll sit in silence for a minute. If you want to sit in complete silence and stillness, do so. If you want to inhale, raise arms overhead, exhale down, and have some sort of motion, go for it. But with silence on my end, take whatever contemplative discipline you need to bring more balance and harmony into your life. Silence begins now. Inhale through the nose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gentle pause. Exhale in any way that feels great. Inhale through the nose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And pause. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale this time, whatever number you need. I'll probably take 7. Pause at the top. Exhale in a manner that is delicious and cathartic. Palms together one last time. Notice if your hands feel different. Mine went from like super heavy to like baby's bottom light. Place heated hands on the face. Drag hands down the face. Welcome back. Grounded. Peaceful. Who's feeling even a little bit better? Who's feeling a lot of it better? Right? Gotta ask that, right? So that's what this is about, y'all. Consistently practicing in community. So Tuesday still sucks and all that shit. But look at how we feel now. Right? Everyone's a little bit lighter. So I wasn't that good in math as a philosophy major, but I do know a little something about Fibonacci, right? Like, so if each of us is a little bit better, that sequence is damn near exponential. And as Kamala Harris talked about in her speech, in the darkness, it is time. She didn't say this, I said this. She would say it if it was just her and I talking. It is time to motherfucking shine. In the darkness, baby. It is time to shine. So, since I just dropped the F-bomb, here we go. For those of you who joined this class because of the title, for those PG-13 folks, it is OMG, WTF, are you MF serious? Meditation experience. For those of you like me who grew up with like Bernie Mac and Luther Campbell, it's oh my God, what the fuck? Are you motherfucking serious? Like, that is this class. Welcome to your black uncle that you didn't know that you had. I will probably slip into character and be Uncle Luke for a second. Because, damn, man. You fucking serious? Right. Like I said, in 2017, I moved to Washington, D.C. and joined Move On to fight this bastard, right? And we stopped him from repealing healthcare. We impeached him. We did all this stuff. I bore witness personally to family separation in Homestead, Florida, where they were marching young boys in orange suits into a trailer. I seen that with my own eyes. I've seen the horrors of this motherfucker. I've seen it. COVID, like he killed 1 million people, goddamn, you know what I mean? So just, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, there are a lot of questions. How did this happen? But the most important question is, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? All of the emotions are in this moment. And I want to take a moment here. This is where the teaching begins. I want to take a moment here to encourage each of you to stay away from media and chat boards for as long as you can. And here is why. As someone who is way more involved in politics than any of you have ever been or will be, this is not solely the fault of the Democratic establishment. This is not solely the fault of the progressive left. This is not just one thing. One of my friends and teachers, Roshi Joan Halifax, let me find my phone because that shit touched my heart. Like she said, I'm gonna read it to y'all. It's way more eloquent than Roshi's also quite dignified. Like I have my own eloquence. It's kind of like street eloquence, but like hold on. So, what Roshi say? I'll find it later. But the short of it is this. Some people voted because they are passionate. Some people voted because they are angry. Some people didn't vote because they are passionate. Some people didn't vote because they are angry. Right? It's all of it. All of it is true. And one thing that is very clear to me, I've been texting back and forth, especially with my spiritual friends. I've gotten so many downloads in the past 24 hours with clarity about how I need to serve this moment. I personally am no longer interested in political solutions. And what I mean by that is we have a spiritual problem on our hands in the United States of America, y'all. It is a spiritual problem. So I have been a proud progressive and all these other things, but I ain't working on that right now. You know what I mean? It is a spiritual problem if you're a Latin man who thinks that these motherfuckers aren't going to deport you. That is a spiritual problem. In dharmic practice, that's delusion. It is a spiritual problem if you are a white woman and cannot support another woman because of the color of her skin. That is a spiritual deficit. Politics ain't gonna solve that. Your messaging ain't gonna solve that. So stay away from the comments. Stay away from engaging in this or that. It is all of it at the same time. And so the question that I offer us here is, what will you do in this moment? So here's where the teaching begins. Many of you know this, and I'm about to get super intimate here. On April 1st, when I had my stroke, I had the following statement come out of my mouth. Oh my God, what the fuck? Are you motherfucking serious? A stroke? I'm 49, blah, 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 blah. So I am well acquainted to teach to this moment, because my recovery from a stroke has involved very meticulous, strict things that I encourage each of you to consider. One is take care of the hygiene of your mind. What you consume in terms of social media or podcasts or this, that, or the other. If it does not contribute to your peace, if it does not contribute to truth and justice, put it down. Save the sanctity of your mind from cotton candy confectionery bullshit. That's one. Two is that, when I had my stroke, I was in Columbia, South Carolina, y'all. Some of y'all know this. I was 750 miles away from home. So the OMG WTF was also how am I going to get home? Will they take my insurance card? Oh my God, you know what I mean? So and on top of all of that, y'all, I couldn't walk. My entire left side from below my knee was like the sensory neurons were there, but I had no motor function. And I mentioned the context of my stroke because we had a political stroke on Tuesday. We had a political stroke on Tuesday, and we're all kind of like, "What is this? Oh my God, America's really this racist and sexist, right?" So we're being confronted with all these hard truths, y'all. The hardest thing for me to read in my stroke recovery was the unbiased medical report they said about my condition. You know, hypertensive, pre-diabetic, blah 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 blah. So that's why I said, when people are like, how did the stroke happen? Why did the stroke happen? Yes, I have a hole in my heart that makes it predisposed for clots to go through, blah, 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 blah. Yes, I have stroke genetics in my family. And for 2 years, because of extreme grief, I stopped paying attention to my physical well-being, and it took a toll. That is a hard truth that I had to deal with in order to make a recovery. So, food for thought, what is the hard truth that this political stroke has forced us to deal with? And what are the steps that we're going to do to make it forward? Y'all, again, so let me repeat to you. 7 months ago, I was in a wheelchair and a walker. I'm going to get up and walk around this studio and show you how miracles can happen from shitty news. So I'm living proof, at risk of sounding like a Baptist preacher. Like, I am living proof that you can be in a situation that is horrific with no sign of potential positivity and come out better on the other side. You just got to be willing to do the work. And that work is coming together. That work is consistently grounding yourself in ways that we did in the beginning. That work is looking at the situation that we find ourselves in. What is the hard truth of this moment that we need to digest? And then, step by step, day by day, holding space for what is possible, and then literally walking it out on faith. It doesn't look like, I went down south for my grandmother's 98th birthday, and I love going to that old Southern church in Virginia, because they're like, boy, you don't look like what you've been through. I was like, God bless the South, except for those who voted for Donald Trump. Like, God bless the South. Like, you don't look like what you've been through. But guess what? I've been through it. I've been through it. And we're going through it. And when we view these circumstances through the lens of curiosity, through the lens of community, through the lens of candor, like when I did have a second of trepidation when I put the title out there. I was like, I'm human, right? So I was just like, what do people say? And I was like, yo, brother, you don't care. You don't care. And if they get in their feels and start talking shit, be like, yo, what are you doing to help the people right now? Nothing? That's what the fuck I thought. Mind your goddamn business with grace. Like, stop it. So we are here. My girlfriend, my ancestors, my practice, and the Affordable Care Act have my back. And that allowed me to go from on my back with IVs with paralysis to 7 months later going from OMG, WTF, are you MF serious, will I walk again, to yes, I can walk again. And not only can I walk again, I've got the crystal clarity in this moment in time to share from this experience to inspire and help people heal. Are you with me? Do you feel me? This candor is required in this moment. whether you whether you are a yoga practitioner, whether you are a human being, like there are some hard truths and hard conversations that we need to have individually and collectively. And we cannot have those conversations until we tend to our hearts. Because here's the last thing I'll say. Two things. This is not a game, y'all. Black lives are under attack. Women are under attack. I read every one of the things. So 97 people signed up for this class and 63 of y'all are here. I read through all of the things. One of you all wrote, "Your body, my choice is haunting me." It's not a game. These motherfuckers are crazy. Right? My trans family, it's not a game. Donald Trump, in addition to saying mass deportation, blah, 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 he was like, Kamala's for they, them, not you. Bull, like, what is this shit? Right? This is not a game. And especially if you are white skinned, you have got to talk to your family, even if it is painful for you. We've got to start having these hard conversations because black women voted 92%, black men voted 87%, blah, blah, blah. So white people and Hispanic men got problems. They was trying to gaslight brothers. Look at the data. The brothers that voted were 87, right? Stop it. You know what I mean? So these are the hard truths we need to have in politics. These are the hard truths that we need to have with ourselves. Like maybe we had naivete. You know, we're post-racial, blah, blah, blah. You know, when people asked me what I thought about the race, I was just like, Kamala is for sure the better candidate. And America's hella racist and sexist. Because the refusal to acknowledge the latter is delusion. Delusion is rooted in ego. And the Yoga Sutras talk to me about your ego being the death of spirit. And we've got to come together as one, otherwise we'll fall apart as many. Right? So the last thing I'll say, less Baptist preacher, a little bit more compassionate and thoughtful. But I'm on a roll, man. I taught one of these earlier today. Like, this is nonpartisan. I was like, you hired the wrong motherfucker. I'm sorry. I hate Donald Trump with grace. I'm working on it. Damn. Anyway, how many of you all know of the Japanese concepts wabi-sabi or kintsugi? Right, so in short, both of them, this is gross simplification, but in our current context, I think it's super helpful. Wabi-sabi, loosely translated, means attentive melancholy. So when things, chinwa achebe, when things fall apart, can we honor the breaking and the chance to put it back together? For the putting back together is art. And that art is sacred. So in this collective political stroke that we had on Tuesday, where everything fell apart, right? Can we view it falling apart as a chance to bring things better into a more cohesive whole? Referencing my experience. My diet has been so pristine since I had that stroke, y'all. Like 7.5 months after not being able to walk. Guess what I did today for like 30 seconds? I jogged up a hill, y'all. I jogged up a hill. So taking my broken, blubbery, distorted self from 6 months ago and piecing this back together with care. The brokenness of my brain injury has allowed me to manifest more robust, vibrant health that I've had. People like, you're 50? I was like, yeah, black don't crack, especially when you take care of yourself. So, embracing the brokenness of this moment in community allows for us to tap into curiosity and beauty that is necessary for the bullshit they gonna try and pull. This brokenness, though it totally sucks, is a gift because we get to put it back together. I remember with one of my Uber drivers was taking me to my acupuncturist because y'all, I did all the stuff in my recovery. That's a book that I'm writing, but for real. He was like, "Where are you going today, brother?" Ethiopia, brother. I was like, "I'm going to acupuncture because the universe so ordained that I get to learn how to walk again." You know, I clearly didn't do the shit right for the first 49 years. So at 49 and a half, I get the opportunity to learn how to walk again. And he laughed so hard we almost got into an accident. But if I didn't have that curiosity, if I was just like, "Oh man, this totally sucks," don't get it twisted. Like, I keep it real. There are days where like I hate my PT person and I hate the fact that my foot isn't working. I had those days. But I also want to shout out my community that took good care of me. So Krista, Shankari, other people who facilitated me when I was like not able to stand on my own. You helped give me the opportunity to connect to my power. Right? So you helped me in my brokenness put together this beautiful thing that I just showed you. But I had to be broken first. Okay? And Kintsugi's not that different in that it celebrates the distinct vessel that is created from the shambles of the former experience. So we clearly, if you have faith, not everybody has faith in ancestor practice and does that, but I do. I have a strong faith and a strong ancestor practice. So two things with that. I survived that stroke for a reason. Like, my blood pressure was 250 over 145 for like 20 minutes. That is dangerous. You know what I mean? So my ancestors and angels and whoever has made it so I'm supposed to be here. And again, when Tuesday happened, I started praying when I got the feeling, and then I was just like, let me take the 6 to pray, play these gongs, and scream so that I can come serve the people on the 7th and give people a place to heal. That clarity would not have come if I didn't fall apart 6 months ago. Right? So the question that I want you to consider as we transition to practice is this, is how can this brokenness create conditions for deeper curiosity into not just your life, but the life of the people that you touch? There are millions of people across the globe that are brokenhearted right now. And I know this from lived experience in my personal experience and as an organizer. When you connect joyously around your brokenheartedness, as opposed to exploiting it, as has been done recently in political circumstances, that alchemy is transformative, right? So my PT told me that because I was so playful with the fact that I couldn't walk, like, we created like a playful circumstance in a horrific situation. And then eventually, once I got my balance, she was like, "You're showing off." I was like, "I'm a yoga teacher. I've been waiting to do tree pose." You know what I mean? I've been waiting to do all these things, right? So playfulness as we rebuild from the shambles is what I'm hopeful that you take away from this session. So with that, let's transition into a practice, then we'll open it up for sharing on the back end of the call. Take movement that gives you space in the body. If you need to get a piece of paper and journal after everything I just said, please do so. But turning inward on purpose in community and feeling into everything that has been shared, and perhaps more importantly, that which has not been shared, feeling into the confusion and the levels of distraught, hopeless, all the things that people feel right now in your life, but also, again, beyond the ego. We are not alone in this. There are even the people who voted for this guy, God bless, right? Like as I contend, you cannot be spiritually healthy and vote against your self-interest. You can't. Shit. And settling into this moment with grace. Maybe shrugging the shoulders, maybe doing some hand jive if you need that, but coming into stillness and silence. The other thing I'll offer before we get into deep practice is that the amount of noise that is going to be turned up exponentially over the next months requires us to be in sound stillness and silence. Trump and his ilk use psychological warfare to disrupt your nervous system. Again, that is why election protection is serving your connection to community, your heart, your mind, and your energy. Think of this as Jedi training for the war. Feel the ground beneath you as a sense of support, not something we extract from. And in your open heart space, feel the 110 people that signed up for this, the 3,000 people that saw it, and the 60 of us that are here. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out nose or mouth. Deep in through the nose. Exhale out nose or mouth. Now bring into heart or mind one of the emotions that you mentioned earlier when I asked you, how are you feeling? And hold it with care. You know, maybe you say, hello, heartbreak, or what's up, anger? Haven't seen you in a minute. Or disgust, how's it going? But connect with your emotion in a way that's not so heady. Personalize it. And give it space to be. You feel it because you care. It is disappointing to watch this. So maybe you place one hand on the heart, maybe you do the hand jive with hands on the heart, but like focus in your heart space one of the burdens that you were carrying. And if this is too much, that's fine. You don't have to do it. Just focus on the ground, the stillness and the silence. But if you are able to inquire more deeply with the emotion, is there a place that it's in your body? Can you name it? And if it's in your body, maybe you wiggle, maybe you give yourself a massage, maybe you just tenderly touch it. But presence yourself with how grief, distress, or whatever is showing up in the body. Because once you presence yourself with it, all it needs is your attention. It will release and transform if you give it love. When I had my stroke, I emailed one of my teachers. I was like, "Teach, I need some cheat codes, brother. Just like, is there anything I can chant to help me go through this tectonic experience?" And y'all, he told me, he was like, "Until you love your stroke, you will never heal from it." So if you are able, offer love to your emotion, offer love to your disgust, offer love to your rage, offer love to whatever you have been present with, and thank it for showing up. Ask it, what is it trying to tell you? And then allow it to slip away. Now releasing our focus on the heart and that emotion, and then transitioning to a brief metta practice before I play sound. In this metta practice, we're going to give love to ourselves first, because if we don't resource ourselves, we can serve nothing. Like, the reason I'm able to proclaim my miraculous recovery is because of my community, the Affordable Care Act, discipline, and surrender. I had to take care of myself or else this wouldn't happen, you know? So repeat after me, or if you have your own variant of this, with all that's going on in the world, may I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be seen, resourced, and appreciated. May I be free from suffering. May I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be seen, resourced, and appreciated. May I be free from all suffering. So on your own, for the next little bit, this is the spiritual equivalent of rubbing your hands together and touching your heart, right? So you're giving yourself this energy. May I be happy. I'm deserving of this, especially in my present sorrow. May I be healthy. May I be seen, resourced, and appreciated. May I be free from all suffering. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out nose or mouth. And for you metta practitioners, I'm going to skip the part where we send it to other people. You know what I mean? In terms of like the person that you don't hold. Now we're going to send it to all of us, right? So may all of us on this planet, may we be happy. It may be too difficult to hold space for someone you don't like. May we be healthy, all of us. May we be seen, resourced, and appreciated. May we be free from all suffering. May we be happy. The 60 of us here, the 110 that signed up, the 3,000 that whatever, everybody. May we be healthy. May we be seen, resourced, and appreciated. May we be free from suffering. One last time. May we be happy. May we be healthy. May we be seen, resourced, and appreciated. May we be free from all suffering. May it be so from my heart to yours and from your heart to wherever it needs to go. Now get comfortable and cozy while I transition to the sound portion. I'll play for probably about 10 minutes. And I'm playing sound again because our minds are so busy. Blah, 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 blah. Hot takes, hot takes. No, sanctity is here. Right? These gongs and the space and silence in between them quite literally reorient your chemistry. When I was in stroke recovery, I played sound every day, and my doctor was like, "Why are you recovering so quickly?" I was just like, "When I get out of here, let's write a paper." Peace, Kelly. So I'm going to introduce these gongs to you, play for a bit. We'll open it up on the back end. So the first gong, yes, plural. This gong is called Magic. This is the one I played for an hour after hearing Joe Biden's speech. This gong is called Joy Arising. This gong is called Harriet, as in Tubman, because as always, black women lead. This gong is called Home. So those are the four gongs I'll play. You'll also hear this sound and this one. And that's it. So enjoy the waves, allow the mind to relax. If you want to imagine each vibration being sent to someone who needs it, do that. Or if you want to take it off yourself, do that. A moment of silence here to discern how the sound has cleaned your ears, has massaged your mind. Has it impacted your nervous, your emotional system? Just be aware. And with each exhale, allow the body to soften a little bit more. Silence begins now. Begin to turn your attention to the soles of your feet. As someone who lost mobility in one of his feet, like I'm very sensitive to my feet. So over the course of this class, I have felt the soles of my feet soften. Can you feel or imagine the soles of your feet softening? And from that softening in your foundation, can the shoulders relax a little more, heart open? Maybe the jaw relaxes. Maybe the temples relax. Now imagine your palms softening. Maybe you open and close them. Maybe you just let them be. But remembering the hands are a connection to the heart. So if the hands are decrepit and tight, your poor heart energetically, dude. So keep them soft, magic fingers, sparkle hands. Then take those sparkle hands and maybe you pat the forehead, maybe you Twitter tap the chest, but allow your fingers. Here's how old I am. Let your fingers do the walking. You young people don't know shit about yellow pages, but like us older folks, let your fingers do the walking. That was for you too, Ryan. Around the eyes, the nose, the neck, all that, right? So just allow the softness and the playfulness and curiosity of the fingers to tend to the tension wherever it at. Then we'll end formal practice and then transition to talking if folks want to. Friction in the palms. Place hands on the heart because that's where we began. And again, presencing ourselves with brokenheartedness, but now that we've turned towards it and dealt with it and create space around it, how is your broken heart now? May your heart be light. Friction in the palms, one last time. Then hold your head in despair, but this ain't despair. This is therapeutic, cathartic, and in community. Because I know at least 10 minutes I was like this earlier today, but I was like, yo, you can't teach that. Right. And release hands down the face. And with gratitude, I thank each of you for being in this space. And because I'm old school, I'm going to read all of your names. So thank you, Shankari. Thank you, Abby, Allie, Alyssa, Angela, Barbara, Beth, Bliss, Carly, Caroline, Deneen, E, Alyssa, Gail, Jax, Jennifer, Jessica, Jill, Jocelyn, Judy, Katie, Keisha, Krista, Kristen, Laurent, Lorette. This is fun. Leela, Leslie, Lisa, Megan, Mickey, Mothership Academy Media Lab, Nicole, Mothership, Ashe, Pat, Phoebe, Bula, P. Jefferscoli, Kiana, Ryan, ST, Sandy, Sarah, Tammy, Tim, Tom, Trish, Vicky. You are loved. You are appreciated. Go lightly if you need to go. If you all want to chat, I'll probably hang out for about 10 minutes so we can hold space for that. And before you go, if you are feeling lighter and your words have changed, share that with us so that we have the benefit of celebrating each other's healings. Don't be consumptive and take this shit for yourself. I grew up in the church. Share your testimony, baby. Share your testimony. Like, we're trying to heal and change the world here. This ain't no passive shit. You are welcome. Angela, you're welcome. Vicky, lovely. Megan, exactly. Ashe. Sandy, thank you. Jessica. Cool, Laurent. That's why sound is so dope. Seeing more light. Love all of this, right? So for those of you that want to eavesdrop other people's stuff, please do. That's why we have community practice. It's not eavesdropping. It's like, I tell people, I don't believe in gossip. As an operative, we just share pertinent information. It's not gossip. We just telling somebody about something, right? So read what other people are saying. Body's more relaxed. Nicole, Ashe, for sure. So if you need to drop off. For those of you that want to rap for a bit, please do. I'm going to be doing this semi-regularly, right? So don't know the schedule yet because Tuesday just happened, and like I just got this download last night, right? Just like serve the people tomorrow, okay, right? So because again, like I said, most teachers wouldn't be as confident as I was, but I am alive to teach to this moment, and I know that. So if you know people that need this medicine, tell them to come. Like if you know people on some bullshit, tell them to stay out of my way. Like, cause this is not the time for dumb shit. The game, this is not a game, and we've got the tools and the discipline to make cool things happen, but not if we're like, oh my goodness, nah. Focus, turn towards pain, create community, and walk like a miracle, right? So, love, gratitude. Anyone to use their words to share into the space? And if you don't want to talk, I'll catch you next time. Yeah, Laurent, good to have you. So, love to all. So, I think you can unmute yourself if you care to share. My request is that you talk about present tense and no real political commentary. So, like, I'm a spiritual first responder in this moment, right? Like, I am here to help spiritual guidance. Like, Reggie, the political operative, is not here. Like, he is getting his detailing orders tomorrow when he meets with Speaker Pelosi. But, like, right now, it's Reggie, the spiritual teacher. Laurent, what you got, brother? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, so good to be back. Can you hear me well?
Yeah, you're good.
I did feel actually the vibration on my feet even before you said it. I always had that tingling
Cool.
when the sound comes out. It was felt great, and I missed the first part, so I missed the expressing my emotion. But as soon as you said it, kind of guilt came to mind,
Okay.
and you know, and you talked about being naive, and I would maybe add complacent maybe
Sure.
to the mix. You know, been involved back in the Obama days, traveled for him and all that stuff. But since I've been kind of complacent and, you know, busy and stuff. So that kind of what surfaced for me yesterday.
Okay.
But at the same time, I did feel that your teaching in the last few years and in the last few months actually kind of allowed me to not, you know, just freak out yesterday. Yeah. And I was realizing, wow, the same thing happened, you know, obviously in 16 or in 20.
Yeah.
I forget 16, yeah. And I remember it was harder than, and I do remember in my young, I would freak out more about, you know, my soccer team losing than this, right? It was ridiculous. So I've got a long way. I've got a long way, but you're teaching, and also Ramdas teaching that I've been binging on the last couple
Yeah.
of years. I've
Baba.
been,
Right.
and it's kind of really interesting because he also talked about his stroke, right?
Yeah.
So when you said the stroke, we had a stroke yesterday, a collective stroke that really kind of was resonated. So that was really kind of and obviously relating that to your experience and to the teaching you gave us in the last few months by your example, your recovery, you know, your energy around it was kind of really almost implicitly kind of, you know, supportive yesterday. So thank you
Uh,
for that.
You're welcome. I appreciate that. I mean, I know I've come a long way in my spiritual practice when I'm like, yeah, so the horrific stroke that I almost died from and couldn't walk set me up for today. Like with grace and gratitude, I'm like, yo, okay, that set this up. I now understand that. But like April the 15th, I wasn't feeling that. I was all like in
Yeah.
hives and couldn't walk and shit. I was just like, this sucks. I hate everything. Why? Blah, blah, blah. But keeping discipline, turning towards the pain, being honest about it again and
Mm,
again and again, being vulnerable about it again and again and again has created this energy, quite honestly, that is like, okay, yeah, this sucks, and miracles are also possible. So if you want to focus on that, let's get it. Like, if you know, so thank you for that, Laurent. Dear Angela,
Hi. Well, I had already texted you this, but when I woke up at 3 this morning, I completely freaked out
you
about
told
everything.
me.
And I watched and listened, well, more listened because I fell back asleep to the practice on Monday, which was amazing. And actually right before this, I had a very tearful conversation with my partner. And I told him, it's like, if you don't understand why I am so triggered right now, then we're done.
Oh no.
Like, I mean, we're fine now, but like he needed to hear this. And I have some trauma in, well, we all do, but it's like the fact, like just this, and then feeling, I was naive. Like I feel betrayed by my own family members. As I know, I'm speaking from a position of relative privilege. My lesbian cousin in New Hampshire voted for Trump. And not only that, she was posting Trump trains on her Facebook page. I was
Right.
like, sister, you've never supported yourself. Your wife
Yeah.
works for the FAA. Like, do you not understand that you are voting against your own? I'm sorry, we're getting, but like,
Peace
like
be
as I
upon
said,
them.
I just like broke all your rules. But like, I just like, what does it take for people like, and I know like, but like, I just don't, and like, I love my cousin, but like, and I
Right.
don't think she's a horrible person, but, and then her brother is gay. His partner is a Thai immigrant and he's a Trumper. I was like, dude, well, like, I don't understand
Yeah, I
how
venture to
people are
say,
complacent in their own destruction, but
yeah, so this is deep, and I may do a teaching on this at some point because I love the fact that my audiences are all races.
yeah,
Because I can talk about race, and if you don't like it, great, I'm the teacher, you'll be all right. But like, so many white folks are so deluded by their addiction to power and proximity to power that it isn't perceived in their self-interest because they're adjacent to power and don't know they're being pimped.
mm-hmm.
Like, I don't have that luxury because I'm a black dude over 6 foot with an
Yeah.
opinion. You know what I mean? So I don't have the luxury of like I need to mean what I say and fight for my interests. And now with this stroke, they take away the Affordable Care Act. So white folks don't have the understanding of the addiction to privilege that they
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
So in that absence, they are perpetuating destruction by addiction to their own delusion.
Yeah.
And the only thing that I've seen that shatters that is radical authenticity. So when I go to Kripalu and these uptight white ladies be like, oh, you're quite confident. And I'm like, yeah, it ain't got nothing to do with you because you and your people would like hang people like me from trees for speaking my opinion. So if you don't like my opinion, you can leave because my name, Reginald Hubbard, is on the door and yours ain't. Right? So in that circumstance, she's like, oh, yeah, guess what? Articulate brother with confidence and authority, check your dumb shit.
As
So,
you should. Like that. Oh, that's another, my cousin the Trumper,
yeah.
she's ovarian cancer survivor. So if Obergefell
Listen,
goes and the
here's the
ACA
thing,
goes,
sis. Here's the thing.
he's just like,
Show her
and I don't,
compassion. That's all you can do.
yeah.
Her
Yeah.
ignorance should not get in the way of your peace. So shout out to dear Pat. Pat texted me earlier this week because she knows me. She was like, Reggie, protect your peace. I was like, it's here. So blessings on their ignorance. So many of you notice lately I've been saying peace be upon you. That's what I mean. Peace be upon you. Their shit ain't got a goddamn thing to do with you. Peace be upon you. Blessings upon their ignorance. Peace be upon you. Ryan, holler at me, brother.
Hey, bro, I just want to say thank you. Been a shitty fucking few days.
Yeah, bro.
Like you met my youngest, like stepdaughter. I got two more, and
Okay.
one's in Tennessee, and that's just gonna get worse.
Yeah, damn, right.
No, I needed this. I didn't realize just how badly I needed this. And I don't know, like we went through similar things. Mine didn't obviously progress as far as yours.
Okay,
But,
yeah, you told me.
but a couple months before the reunion, I ended up in the ER. I drove myself going something ain't right.
Right.
And they immediately strapped me down, threw me in the back, and sat me, like, kept me there for like 7 hours. But I just, like I said, I just want to say thank you. I better see you in 26.
Yeah, right.
I'm actually going back for my second one in 30 years. So
I dig it, bro. Nah, I love you, man. You know that. And like, remember, protecting your peace is necessary.
yes, it is.
And so it can be as simple as all that stuff. That's the other thing too. If none of y'all ever come to anything with me again, remember this. Someone says some dumb shit, you can go like this. I've done that so many times. Like someone said something talking out the side of their face. Okay, peace and blessing upon you, and I'm out. like that ain't got nothing to do with me. Right. Sometimes the best thing you can say, especially, and here's the last thing I'll say before the next class is this. Do not allow the emboldened nature of people's supremacy to trigger you. These motherfuckers have lost their mind, like your body, my choice. Are you serious? Right? Like, no. Right? So I told Ryan, you'll appreciate this. Like, I don't look 50, but let one of these young, like, MAGA white boys come to me on some racist shit. You're going to see that these peace beads, I can also choke you out.
Well, you do remember I am 6'6" and not a small man.
Yeah, man. Exactly. Right.
I'll handle it just like we did in college.
Ryan makes me look small, y'all. Good night, Krista. So thank you, brother. You're welcome. Peace to you. Anyone else? Last call for the cause.
Reggie,
Beth.
I want to say that, thanks for telling us that we may have to do it again and again and again and again. Cause I've been having back-to-back doctor shit going on, and it's like, why am I not further along? And it's like, because you're allowing anyway. And I told my doctor, I went to the ortho doc yesterday. It was like, I can't have it anyway. And I told her, she's like, what are you doing for your pain? I'm like, well, the best thing so far was Reggie Hubbard's sound bath. And I've been revisiting and revisiting and revisiting. So, just keep me posted on what I can do. I'm going to work with these little babies up here in the Appalachians so they don't turn into their mamas. I was real concerned tutoring in Chattanooga, the hate that I would hear from these kids. And it really bothered me knowing that they were of age to vote. And I don't want to get all political, but I did try to talk to people. And I have stepchildren from previous mayors that I have been in contact with. And she's never voted. I had to remove myself. But she freaking voted in Georgia just because she's been hypnotized by the masses. This man is hypnotized us. He tried to take you down with the stroke. The evil tried to get you. Fuck them. They didn't get you. We back, bitches. Love you.
Love you too. You're the best. That's funny. Now,
Just want to know one.
Yeah, the universe got your attention, first of all. Second of all, happy belated birthday to you. Happy belated birthday to you. Happy belated birthday, dear Beth. Happy belated birthday to you. Her birthday was on Monday, and it was a sound class. There wasn't no talking, and so I was like, I know it's her birthday, but I'm not going to be talking.
No.
So I'm sorry.
It wasn't about me. It's about us.
Yeah.
And so that was perfect. But I did wish that, Harris would win the 2024 election. And I still think that she did. I think that people were scared. I think they were scared.
Here's the thing. We'll never know. And it's called and concealed, right? You know what I mean? Like it's just it's gone. So in this circumstance, this is what we got. Last call for shares before I wind this down, and I did find finally. E, go ahead.
I just want to offer up, as someone who has been grieving since the womb and angry since not long after that, who's finally decided that, most people are ignorant or malicious, and then there's some good eggs that I like to hang around with. That I've been listening to you and other Black yoga teachers with a Southern Christian Black Liberation Church Foundation.
Yeah.
And I'm lucky I'm doing as well as I am, and I'm just going to share the joy. But I just want to add that another thing you can do with your hands, instead of putting them back on your face, is you can flick all this shit off.
Yeah. Totally.
Like, really.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, totally. 1000%. Thank you, fellow teacher. See, this is community. This is why we need each other. So last call for my deadline-driven people. Going once, going twice, 2.5, 2.75, and scene. Okay, this is what Roshi said, y'all. Some voted their love, some voted their hate, some voted their fear, some voted their hope, some voted their ignorance, some did not vote. And this is what we got. All will live with what we have been given, each in their own way. This is where we are right now. So blessings on the transmission from dear Roshi, my friend and teacher from Zen lineage. The one caveat I'll add, because I'm audacious enough to add to Roshi Joan Halifax, I think she would give me, she would allow me to do that. I'll send it to you, Sandy, for sure. I'll send it to you, totally. Is that if this is where we are, with present awareness about where we are, we can do something about it, right? Me having those tough conversations with myself when my body was like, your lifestyle sucks, sir. Like, we can no longer accommodate your ignorance. We're going to send you this stroke. That's what happened. So that's where I was right now at that point. But where I was changed every time I lovingly was compassionate to myself and my brokenness. The where I was shifted bit by bit by bit. I'll end by saying this. As someone who has been involved in politics since 2003, that's another reason why the title, oh my God, what the fuck, are you motherfucking serious? Meditation experience. I have been an operative for half of my life. In my old days, I would chain smoke cigarettes and curse people out for fun. So combining that edge with a soft place to land, that's medicine, right? Truth, being a servant of truth, but also offering a soft place to land in treacherous times. To me, that's what yoga practice is about. That's what Dharma practice is about. It's not about, oh man, let's talk together and throw cliches at each other. No, let's have loving conversations about difficult shit. Use these practices to create space for alchemy to take place and then revolutionize this shitty circumstance. Okay. 3 clearing breaths before I catch the Holy Spirit again, because your boy is on one. Damn. Presence yourself with the open heart. So again, notice if you're like this. We ain't doing that. Right? To heal this world, it is not an analytical exercise. It is a act of courage. To care in times of calcified consciousness is revolutionary. All right? So let's breathe this out. In through the nose, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pause. Exhale for real, like whatever you need. 5 again, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pause. Exhale fully. This last time on the inhale, this time it'll be 6. Imagine yourself being resourced and seen and appreciated and nourished in this bullshit time. And then from your overflow, exhale, may that be true for someone else. I bow before each of you, and may the merit of this practice serve to the liberation of all beings from suffering. I hope this has been nourishing and medicinal. Be on the lookout. When I share this recording with you, send it to other people. Send it to folks. I got a gig today, not that it's about that for me, but someone's like, oh, I saw your election protection. I'm like, oh, word? Really? Okay. So send it to folks, because even the beauty of this experience is that I'm so adept at offering this, you don't even have to be in the Zoom to catch something from it, right? You can catch it from the recording. So send it to folks. Allow this medicine to take flight so we can heal and use this broken opportunity to reimagine what world we live in. Love you all. Mean it. Soon and very soon, we'll be together again. Ashe.